Hey guys, so I know I'm really late on this, but this is me reading back comics of films I love. And today, as you can see, it is The World's End, which is the last in the cornetto trilogy. And it's actually my least favorite, but it's still good. So let's get right into it with user reviews. And again, I can only read reviews from 4 and under, but mainly I'll be reading like this one. The Cornetto trilogy now has its Godfather Part 3. Oh, The World's End is about all trying desperately to relive former glories, and the film ends up mirroring that. You come away remembering how great Sean Den and Hot Fuzz were. Actually, they're all three are good, and how sad it is to see some talent serving up something so lackluster. The story has a promising concept, but it's a dud from the start. The pub crawl idea simply doesn't work when meshed together with sci-fi invasion. It was a never mind. Because after the quote-unquote robots were revealed, there becomes no reason for them to continue drinking. There is a reason for them to continue drinking. They want to act normal so that we don't get spotted, and because Gary wants to be very selfish about it. If you've seen the movie, you would know. You can throw up a flimsy explanation that they continue so as not to arouse suspicion. That's what I just did. Debunk your theory. It doesn't want. Put simply, once there are robots around, you do not care if they get to the world's end. Yeah, we do. Won the movie. Furthermore, I didn't care much if they got killed slash replaced. None of the five are very sympathetic. They are, for the most part, very nondescript. These are the kind of drinking buddies you would want to go on a ride with. Freeman, Mason, and Constantine all play similarly bland characters. They're not really nothing but placeholders. Peg and Frost, having nailed the level doofus previously, obviously wanted to play against type for this one, and it backfired massively. Actually, I think Simon Pegg played a pretty good bad friend, and I think that Nick Frost played a pretty good straight man in this movie. I think this guy just wants all the Cornetto films to be the same. If Sean and Ed were on the pub crawl, I'd be in. See? Gary and Andrew, I wish I bailed at the first round. Even the direction felt oddly off there. Of course, there were obligatory half-second shots of pints being poured, keys turned, etc., but it lacked the energy of Wright's previous work. In fact, it felt like no one's heart was really in it. Actually, I thought it was a very good conclusive end to the trilogy. The whole film came off like an idea they no longer believed in. Either that or they just haven't got it anymore. Yeah, wait till you watch Baby Driver, dude. A bit depressing. Either way, it's sad to see people you serve up something you hate. The World's End is a turkey. Only I wish I drank 12 pints before seeing it. Okay. And how that review contains spoilers. Sorry, hold on. Okay, 1 out of 10. Pointless garbage. Is the Coke they serve in the writer's room in the UK just boric acid and baby powder? Or what? Are the winters that long and gray? And what dap bog did anyone try to think and make this empty wad of mud and sticks attempt to stand and walk of his own? Blech. From a hyper scattershot beginning of a gracious sunny boy backstory, it quickly builds to the same joke over and over and over until out of left field becomes, oh, wow. I suppose you could call it a reach, but it's more like the opposite. Flat one-liners, obviously setups, so much filler, and the fight scenes with the things with no faces, and oh my god, what a stitch. The mismatched body parts and moving awkwardly. On top of that, they even made a straight face attempt at a sequel or something. At the end, what's what was that? Gary and the Four Blanks out for action? I just don't understand how crap gets like this gets made. Probably because everyone else loved it, but apparently I guess you didn't for some stupid reason because Hot Fuzz had the same gags as Shaun of the Dead. This film had the same gags as Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. That's why it's considered a trilogy because it uses the same actor, same director, and same gags. Oh, I love people like that. Very disappointing. I love Shaun of the Dead. Enjoyed Hot Fuzz. Went into the cinema expecting something good from these collaborators. But the film turned out to be such a buzzkill. The film doesn't live up to its hype or its cast, with many of the characters feeling one-dimensional and underdeveloped. Such is which is a shame, as the actors are some of my favorite and very talented. I could deal with the unlikely plot, but the ending was just stupid and rushed. The jokes were forced, and only one man laughed throughout the whole entire film. All my friends and I left the cinema deflated. The one positive I could say was the special effects were good. Apart from that, I was bitterly let down. Okay. A 15-word review that was better into a trilogy since Pirates of the Caribbean. Don't compare this movie to that. This movie's a million times better. Alright, IMDb let me sum it up that way, so let's do a head count of what's wrong, of what Wright got wrong with this joint. Unlikely heroes? O's? Check. Tired subject matter? Check. Equally tired jokes? Okay, guys. If that was the case, you would have said the same thing about Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz used some of the same jokes from Shaun of the Dead. Poorly written villains? Check. They weren't really villains. You mainly see the main villain at the end of the movie. Crude attempt at an epidemic appeal at the climax? Uncommon, but check. Abrupt and confusing ending that leaves you empty? Check. And mate. Have no idea what the critics and fans saw, but judging by their gushy reviews, I'm guessing LSD was involved. Not really, we just thought it was a very good conclusion to the trilogy. I mean, if I had to give it a review, I'd give it maybe a 9. Because, yes, it's not as good as Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, but it's still a good conclusive end to the trilogy. I thought it was a very funny movie, and I love the twist with the characters, how Simon Pegg now plays the drunken idiot, and Nick Frost plays the straight man. I think it worked very well, and they did it well because you can feel the chemistry between Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's character. They've had that chemistry since Shaun of the Dead, and it works really well in all the films. And the direction with Edgar Wright is very smooth and flawless in this movie. Yes, I had its problems, and yes, I do agree with the ending. It's kind of confusing. And the cornetto joke wasn't really all that good. I wish they would have brought that actual cornetto ice cream into it. But I'm actually happy with the end result of this movie. Alright. Big fan, but this is self-indulgent dog shit. I would have left it at that, but apparently I had to put down 10 lines of text, so here's a list of what's wrong with the film. The characters, the fight scenes were done excellently. The plotting direction, the criminal misuse of the Pierce Brosnan and Caddy Cosdine were misused. And complete lack of comedy. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are fantastic. Even Paul was okay. I actually didn't. I thought Paul was good. I didn't think it was awesome. I do own it on Blu-ray. I think. Let me see. Yeah, I own it on Blu-ray. I also own the Cornetto trilogy on Blu-ray. But this has no charm and lacks any of the fun and feels like they just wanted to get finished and move on. How this currently rated 7.1 is completely beyond me. Well, I mean, Jesus. Don't watch this. By far the worst movie ever created in the history of humankind. Okay, obviously you never seen Rhapsody Street Kids or Food Fights or Movie 43. Okay, seeing a 7.1 score on IMDb makes me think that the movie would be enjoyable, but oh my god, I was wrong. I can't it can't be unseen. After seeing this movie, I think I've lost my ability to rate the movie because everything will seem good when I compare it to this. I now need 10 lines of text. I don't want to compare it to this, but I need 10 lines of text. The idea of the movie is bad. The action is bad. There's zero comedy in the movie. $40 million to create this movie is just like setting a fire. Why would you want to do that? Better donate to charity. 10 lines. Come on. There, I did it. Alright, well, that was reading some bad reviews for it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in a week and a half where I want to read back comments for the movie Shawshank, which is going to be pretty difficult. I'll see you guys later. Bye.